There's a saying, we cannot choose where to start or stop. Our stories are the tellers of us. Today, we gather to mourn a great loss, but not only that, we gather to honor a great life, a life that has pulled so many of us forward. And as one of the tellers of his story, I want to take you guys on a journey with me about a man whose life has been defined again and again by answering the call of duty. Duty, nu, holy. Born the oldest of 10 children, to parents who themselves had no parents, orphans raising a family in a home held together more by responsibilities than by resources, more by sacrifice than by security. From the very beginning, life demanded more of him than it does of most, and he answered that call with strength beyond his years. While still just a child, he became the family's quiet provider, working job after job, not for himself, but so that his younger siblings could go to school, so that they can have a shot at life. Later in life, he was not only able to get his family out of poverty, but to thrive beyond the impossible dreams. You see, he taught us two things. In life, there are two choices: accept things as they are, or accept the responsibility to change them. You pick. He chose the latter again and again. Even before he reached his teenage years, a new call came, this time from the winds of war, and with it, another test of character, far too heavy for someone so young. He walked almost 2 days from his village to Longjing to enlist as a soldier, citing simply that he wanted to give his life to defend his country. He served in combat, a war he barely understood, in a world that barely understood him. And he emerged the sole survivor of his infantry unit. He carried the burden not with bitterness, but with reverence. He never spoke much to us about what he had seen in those jungles, or what it means to be the last one standing. But you could feel the weight of it in the way he lived, with intention, humility, courage, and service to others. You see, he understood that the best leaders are also the best followers. They follow a purpose, a cause, or a belief bigger than themselves. Because if you don't have a cause bigger than yourself, you won't get beyond yourself. My father believed in the quiet dignity of self-reliance. He understood early on. As Alexander Hamilton once sang, that to get ahead, you have to work a lot harder, be a lot smarter, be a self-starter, get your education, and never forget from where you came, and the world will know your name. Guess what? The world did know his name. Xiong John Thao. His name was Xiong John Thao. Because he took a family born into poverty and led them into a future beyond anything they could have dreamed. Because he never stopped working. He never stopped loving. He never stopped teaching us by example of what it means to rise up. Rise up. Every time life tries to keep you down, to the very end, he held on. Not because he feared what came next, but because he loved life and all of us in it so deeply. Nu chỉ sao mong le, nu luôn mê sợ lờ, nu chỉ sao mong le, nu sao nhỏ dù mê, dù bê, nu chỉ sao mong tất cả mà. He did not want to go. He held on for as long as he could because he thought he still had things to do, people to care for, lessons to teach, more duty left in him. But in his final moments, when his body and mind failed, his dignity remained, his love undiminished. Though he is no longer with us in body, his spirit, his example, lives on, reminding us that every time life calls on us to do something hard, something selfless, something brave, we will answer it. Because he showed us how. Rest well, Dad. Your duty is done, and you fulfilled it beautifully every day that you were here. Có cho lê cho nụ tàng là một dòng con nó mò bế sĩ. Có son trai, có son yêu xa cho bế nhỏ bế mà xí lưu. Có yêu tao ý bán chạy cho chông, bế lưu có bế chú có, một dòng con nó mò gì. May we honor you by living with the same courage, the same humility, the same love you showed us every day.
He lost so that I could win. He gave so I could stand, so I could still love, so I could still hope. So today I say goodbye to my dad, And I say thank you. Thank you for every loss you carried. Thank you for the questions you asked. Thank you for trusting me with your hardest truth, even when they came dressed as riddles. Even when I wasn't ready to understand. Thank you for every lesson you lived. Even in death, you're still teaching me that no role is more sacred than being a faithful son, a loyal brother, a devoted husband, a strong father. And now, I will live the value I will lose if I must, so that my children can win. Through your death, I can finally forgive myself. I no longer blame myself that despite my degrees in medicine, I could not save the lives of my kids. That despite being a lawyer, I could not advocate for the health of my daughter. But now, because of you, Dad, I celebrate her life, her growth, her joy, despite every prognosis. I see now that the grief and the loss I've carried had purpose. I've known many losses, as did you, Dad, and I am becoming like you, and that makes me proud. Because I'm your son, and you are my father. You lost so that I could win. And today, it's like we all lost. Today we lost you, a father who understood the relationship between silence and strength. A man who couldn't speak because of dementia, but when you did, it meant something. We lost you among philosophers, a man who carried a library of books in your vest pockets, but also carried a library of wisdom in your soul. We lost you, a husband who loved my mother not with flowers or romance, but with loyalty, with duty. We lost you, a brother and an uncle who carried the past on his back so that they could run toward a future unburdened. We lost you, a grandfather who held my children in your arms and sang to them with your smile, even when you could no longer speak. Because you understood something deeper. That language is not just spoken, it's transferred through touch, through sacrifice, through presence. You were born in war. You were forged in war, but you lived for peace. And even though that peace never came for you, you made sure it came to me and to us. Loss does not take, it reveals. When you began to forget who we were, we began to remember who you truly were. When your memory faded, your love didn't. You forgot the names of your grandchildren, but you never forgot how to hold them. You never forgot how to be kind. And you know this is not the first time I buried someone in my house. Like I said, I lost my daughter, Yancy. And then my son, Miles. And now every day I carry the unbearable fear that loss will still come knocking at my door. To live with that kind of grief is like carrying an open wound. But you taught me, grief is not the enemy. Grief is just love with nowhere to go. Grief is the receipt we keep for something worth paying for. Grief is the cost of caring. We only mourn what mattered. Grief reveals love. It deepens empathy. And once you truly grieved, you begin to notice the pain in others. You hold space better. You stop rushing healing. Grief clarifies all that matters. Choosing people over performance, presence over productivity, love over legacy. Grief doesn't erase the pain, but it reframes it. Grief is a gift because it means we dared to love. Maybe that's why Hmong people, we have funerals that last 2, sometimes 3 days, because we are a people bound by a shared grief. Our history runs deep with loss, but deeper still with love. We grieve deeply because we love deeply. So what do we do now? We do what you did, Dad. We honor the dead by serving the living. We honor our pain by protecting others from it. We keep going because someone is watching. A child, a brother, a stranger. And they need to know it's possible to survive, to rise, to love again. We lose so that you can win. And now I'm beginning to understand what you said. That is not a statement of despair. It is a prayer of hope, a philosophy, a legacy. You lived a life where love and loss shared the same breath. And so will I. Thank you, Dad, for your love, for your losses, for your life. Rest well. We will carry you forward. And when the time comes, we will lose too, so that our children can win. And because of that, Dad, you've also won. I love you.
Joguna, Mom, 我找了，我找，个家啥的呗，跟这呗，个呗我到伦敦上吃不了这个字，vì hai ta này tụi nên chỉnh chỉnh, bé我伦敦chỉnh nhau, đừng nu luôn nên, nhà tôi chào,这个在给路。This celebration is a reflection of your strength. Cô chị mẹ chỉ có tao chỉ có Xiong nó, rong áp hè là mấy mông tốt chút cái, nó khang nó trò là mấy nọ cái. Có chút cái lưu, 我这能路杀路，có chút xa, 我这能上干路。Của tôi ra hiện tại cái chuyện của nhau để thấy tầm mong của nó có qua cái lúc cũng mua luôn của tỉnh chỉ đâu có lúc cũng mua phát triển đâu của bao thấy cái chuyện của gì hết thằng bé nó mò để chỉ buồn đi hao lứt trông để lứt favorite chair để cho cái tôn hình sẽ là cái sao tôi ra nè cho bé chỉnh nhau, bây giờ lúc có giờ bé chú sa, bây giờ sau bây giờ ngang bây giờ chỉ bút có tan nhẹ, chỉ có sáng lúc mà bé lúc nó nè, Dad, cái nhà bé mong lời, thôi có một cái mong hùng, mong tao mong rong. Thôi có chế cái con cho mong cho bé số linh số tu cho nhang cho xài cho vào cho xe linh sinh dữ có bé sượt lờ chỉ cho cái nó cá nhau rong có mong lờ bé yun you có hẹn Dad, beyond all your accomplishments, what I remember most is your smile. You smiled when we failed. but you smiled even more when we succeeded. Dad, we know you love the book The King Never Smiles, a story about a Thai king who ruled with power but lived without joy. But Dad, you're not that kind of king. You're our king, a king who always smiled, a king who wore old clothes so we could wear beautiful graduation robes from the best schools from the world, a king who knelt on his knees in the kitchen sink washing dishes so your children can sit at the table of books and dream without limits. Dad, I know you waited and you passed away on May 26th, Memorial Day, because there is no more fitting day for you. You were a soldier, not just in the battlefield, but in life. You live with duty, you love with courage. Your spirit, smiling still, lives in each of us. Thank you, Dad. We will carry your smile forward. We will honor your legacy, and we will never, ever forget our King who always smiled. We love you, Dad.
สำลักโดยราผู้ให้นรก็ในราก็ชดเชยก็จะมีตู้มีหัวแล้วพอเล่นกับตัวโน้ตตัวแล้วพอนี่เจอเชียนนั่นที่เขานะแล้วพอเล่นวันนั่งสิลีลูกเต้ลูกเชยแต่ก็ยังไงตัวห้องร้องมุนเชียกับตัวก็ตัวเขาก้าเขาเก๋ยังหมดจังเตียลีย่อตัวเขาไบเบิลหายเจียสอนมั่วดูจังเช่งbây giờ chủ mưu có chờ bây luôn tu chân chân nè sẽ bỏ có bây giờ một trời tàu thì có lu hợp phía và nông nông nhau trên tên là nên lu của thà hạt để nhưng mù có chờ là bị chân chân sẽ rộng giả nó thôi có mù là có mù có rộng này một chiếc có tàu luôn tu chân chân nhau ấy có trên trên chỉ một chỗ là sai có cho mình tu mình nhỏ nhau trộn trên tên nào nên sẽ đờ cái chất cái gì là những cái mua là thì chỉ phòng có mong có sự nó cá nhau rong sao mà mong keng qua đó chỉ là có tàu tới lúc sẽ chờ thì cái sự đó anh cá xe
cú xa có bây giờ đó là tàu cho cái cho cái rong nu nọ bây giờ cho chính để giải xong cú thọ có bây chuyện năng giải xong cho tu chọn sai cho sinh tử một trò và dạy trong cho cử cho tì cho tu cho sinh lên sinh tử để cho được giao thật là diễn trị chỉ muốn nữ bé chỉ dùng thì đó nữa chỉ muốn nữ bé chỉ học đó thọ cả bé cho được giao thật là diễn trị
tí lô rằng nó có sai đó kết phục kết tu hay có mong có sao tu xa nữa hà luôn là tê hiện của gì nè để từ chỉ trong lại chẳng ở bên nông nên nông trắng tao giải kết phục kết tu nà chỉ tu chơi tu kỳ nhau ổn rồi tu kỳ tu chơi nà chỉ nhau ổn rồi cứ đi tê cứ tê xí lú tê gì tôi này nó xí lú xí chế là tao sai kế lú kế tuổi có ăn rồi nữa giờ nó trong đó thâu tê chờ ở chùa rồi có tôi sẽ tê sẽ chờ có tôi con lú sầu bê giờ nó giờ kế lú kế tuổi ở của cả hai bố cũng ít gì nữa tê lo
mày hả xí hả cháuก็ที่อยู่ทำไมเป็นเล่นตัวแต่เราเนี่ยตาที่ตัวตายที่ใส่ปลอมตัวยันทุกคนยาลดตัวหลานอยู่เราไม่ยอมใช้ลูกหัวมาที่ใส่ปลอมตัวยันทุกคนยาลดตัวหลานบัวเราไม่ยอมใช้ลูกตัวไม่ยอมลูกไปจะปุญญาลูกไม่จะสินเจอจะนั่นเจอ em mới tất tan đâu lo tu kế ôn nào tí mấy chỉ tao phong bộ bé cho lo em mình lúc bé lúc mẹ mà
cô tôi đã lo muốn nó lo này nhưng mua lúc học pia nó mua là lo này nhưng chỉ tao nó học pia chè cô nhưng rong xia rồi cô tôi đã lo cô vả thế chè xia thì cô tôi đã lo nếu chẳng mua là lo này nhưng chỉ tôi xia ở đây mình cài na nếu mua for peace cho họ tiền nếu cho họ được cái tiền ta là
ele nó是个故乡，故事那里故事还那知道，还了还叫故事的故还是车里头是个面路面南，面南你也查新车了，但新车路就用，面还那句还就用就面南，还少人寒天溜了喏，了得叫老嘟沙呢，那个故还那就没有肚子面路面南呢。
hai đâu họ nói lu government model của tụ lo giả xong. Yeah, họ nói the flag of the United States of America họ symbolize nó mình thay lý cha. This is to certify that the accompanying flag was flown over the United States Capitol. At the request of the Honorable Betty McCollum, Member of Congress, this flag was flown in the memory of the Captain Xiong John Thao, a former Lao Hmong veteran of the Royal Lao Armed Forces during the U.S.-led secret war in Laos. From 1960 to 1975, Captain Thao provided exemplary military leadership to United States Armed Forces and the Central Intelligence Agency under the command of General Vang Pao. His dedication and service to our nation and to his family will long be remembered.
Bây giờ này tuần điện tết tiền nó chưa chơi tiền, bắt đầu lưu trữ tết đâu lo. Ý bộ trái yang điện tết là trở chạy trên rong rồi bao rồi xả rồi tận đó rồi chỉ muốn nhau tuần điện tết làm gì lại, ta chỉ muốn bây giờ nhau, thì bây giờ trả lô, tất cái dân tất cái địa xe, tất cái lô, tất cái dân dân là nhau mới chỉ, hay không กิดตอนnày giờ,เกิดตอนnày chỉ. Bây giờ này rong này dân dân lại, còn nói hiện nay này nhau, và chủ yếu phòng công đồ này rong tiền nào thì rong bự tiền, lần đầu tiền gì ta đây, cái tháo và chủ phòng công đồ này.
And whereas at just 14 years old, Xiong courageously volunteered to fight in the secret war in Laos and was selected into the elite Thai-trained Special Operations Team. Despite his small stature, he completed grueling parachute and guerrilla warfare training in Hua Hin, Thailand.
cho có trẻ giờ cứ yo lệ cha lo cứ yo to chỉ ta có cha mong trong có thể mong thọ gặp thọ thay đời luôn nhỏ của lòng thì yo nên ta cho một lo yo thọ you lưu ở cả tu
Cricket. This is lucky. Was sending my friend Penguin your way. He has completed his mission. Okay. All right. Transmission. Thank you.